re-amending that soil, whatever it is you're doing. It's a good size. And again,
You
what
said it was a good size.
yeah.
All right, Grateful, I have an idea.
Oh yeah?
You remember the board game Operation?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what if we made an adult like drug version of it?
Like, are we talking like would it still be a man there laying naked and just be like drugs in his butt? Or what are we talking
Yeah,
about?
so like something stuck in his butt. He has popcorn lung from vaping too much. He's got cotton mouth.
There's like track marks. It's a needle that's broken off in his arm or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
needle in the arm. Operation.
I like it, man. I think that's a great idea. I think that's awesome, man.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So I thought about that joke this week because we bought my son Don't Wake Daddy.
I don't know if I've heard that.
So it's like a board game from the 90s where it comes with a dad sleeping in bed.
Okay.
And every time you move, you have to hit his alarm clock a certain amount of times. And if you hit it the right amount of times, he'll sit up.
Oh shit.
And then you have to go back to the beginning. And then you have to put him back to sleep. And then
So it's like a multiplayer game or something, or
yeah, it's just like it's like Candyland, shoots and ladders kind of thing, but it has a mechanical sleeping dad that you can't wake up. So when we were younger, dad was sleeping on his back, and then he would sit up, and he came with a sleeping hat, and the sleeping hat would fly across the room when he sat up. But the one we just got is different, where he sleeps on his stomach, so he's like face down, ass up. And he's got a fat donk on him.
Dad's got the badonkadonk.
Yeah, so it must be since that game's from the 90s, and now he's sleeping on his stomach, he probably got like sleep apnea or something. It's just it's just easier in daddy's old age.
Can't fucking breathe. Yeah. It's a struggle, man. It's a struggle. But that's
board game talk with Grateful Nerd.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one thing. I've always been terrible at board games. I don't know if I've been terrible, or it's the ADHD as a child that did not allow me to sit down and learn the game and want to play it. Like it was like pulling teeth.
Pulling teeth. No, that's a different game. That's the Crocodile Dentist. Or what was that game called? No, I don't It was like, so it's like an alligator, and you would pull his teeth out, but like a random tooth would be attached to and it would like bite your hand. I don't remember what it was called though.
I guess I haven't heard a lot of these games, like stuff like break the ice, right? Like you set up little things like that because I guess that was a mindless one for my dumb brain to be able to learn, like, oh, take hammer, break ice.
The other funny thing is, like, you have the actual rules of the game, and then you have how people play the game. So like for example, a common complaint about Monopoly is that it takes like 3 hours to play.
Yeah.
But Monopoly takes like 45 minutes to play. Just everybody plays it wrong.
Oh, really?
Just like as a culture, we all decided we're going to play this game differently than what the rules say. And then it turns it into this long ass slog, and everyone hates it. And it's like, if you just played by the rules, same thing with Uno. Most people don't play Uno correctly, and it completely changes how the strategy of the game works.
Really?
Which is, yeah.
I didn't know. I did not know that.
Yeah, so I'm a big stickler for the rules, because I'm like, they set up the game to be balanced with these rules. So if you change the rules, the game's going to come unbalanced, and then it's not going to be fun.
That makes sense. Because I have on very few occasions I have played Monopoly, and it was just like there's so much going on, And again, it was, I was younger and I was like, this just does not sound fun. And oh, we're gonna sit here for how long? Go fuck yourself. There's no way you're getting me to do that. No, thank you.
So the big thing with Monopoly is that when someone lands on a unpurchased property, most people play like you can buy it if you want, and then if not, you just give the turn to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what drags the game out. So what you're supposed to do is if the person says, no, I don't want to buy it, you're supposed to put it up for auction to the other players.
Oh, really?
So that way you only like everyone only has to land on each spot of the board once, and then everybody, all the properties are handed out.
Oh, I could see that makes a lot of sense now. Okay.
Where, yeah, if you just give the person the option to buy or not, then all the properties don't get bought up for like an hour into the game, and then you're just wasting time.
That makes sense. It's still not going to drive me to want to play it, but I like that better.
What if you made Grateful Nerdopoly?
Now talk to me about this. How is that going to look?
Like income tax would be like Alabrije drop, lose $75.
I like it. I like it. I think this is something that we should start talking about. And
yeah, we could have like each set of properties is a different breeder. And it's like, oh yeah, I landed on Tangy. I got the I only need 2 more Alabrijes still.
That's fucking great. It's a wonderful idea. Top seller.
Top seller. We'll make it.
There's yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think
there has to be like a Weedopoly or something like that.
Yeah, you would think so. If there's not, we are trademarking right now.
We're gonna mail it to ourselves after this episode.
Yeah, do not steal the idea. We're working on it currently. Our lawyers will get in contact with you. So, well, cool, man. How's everything else been going, man? It's been a long time since we've been just you and I.
Yeah. Not to get into it too much, but it's been a really hard week. We've had like multiple family emergencies this week.
Yeah.
So I have just been feel like going nonstop between everything happening and Halloween coming up.
You've been our
first parent teacher conference.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I know you and the family have been doing lots of cool stuff over at the school and stuff. So between everything you got going on, school, yeah, you've been a very busy boy.
Busy boy. Just reset most of my garden, which is nice.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I speaking on that thing saying, it's been a crazy week. I wasn't sure if I was going to share this, but I figured this is a kind of a good thing, right? I have found that cannabis has been helping me out far more than I realized, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about it before. There was, I've gotten medication from the VA, and I was on it, and I would kind of bounce back and forth whether I was taking it or not. But cannabis has always been something that I've been a daily user for a long time, especially since I've started growing. And I've been, yeah, just a little bit.
It's a couple puffs.
And coming home I wasn't smoking cigarettes anymore. I was, I'd vape, but when I would come home, I would smoke. And that was just kind of what like I'd roll up a joint or whatever it may be, or I'd roll, a dab. And since this new tobacco journey, I have slowed down on my cannabis consumption. I think just because it's something new and there's all these different flavors, I want to try all this stuff. Yep. And cannabis has kind of taken a little bit of a back burner. And I am finding that my mental health and kind of my sleep patterns and other things, I guess how I was coping with things is taking a little bit of a turn. So it's been
just from like unknowingly cutting back essentially.
Yeah. I mean, it was just kind of like, I think the first thing I started to notice, and it's only been recently. Obviously it's been past a few months. I'm still smoking, still consuming, but I've definitely cut back. Right.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now my dreams are coming back. And I don't think I didn't realize how much it suppressed my dreams. And that happened to be one of the medications that I was on that would help suppress my dreams or kind of dull them down a little bit. And I don't much care for my dreams, if I'm being honest. And they're starting to come back, and they're coming back pretty hard. And yeah, so I have to start upping my cannabis intake because I did not realize how much it's actually helping me. Which is kind of funny. I think we all talk about it, we all know. Um, but I think kind of in this little experiment that wasn't planned, it's kind of cool how I figured this out. And the answer is just always smoke a little bit more weed. So yeah,
It's the answer for everything: depression, anxiety, bridal showers, bar mitzvahs. It's a little more weed goes into it.
Yep, it's always a little bit more weed is always going to make it just a little bit better. But yeah, so it's been a learning experience. And I think I'm gonna try also. I think it too. You know what it was is the smoking kind of curbed that, where I was like, okay, well, I'm not smoking weed anymore. Um, I think I'm gonna try more edibles and stuff like that. See what I can do. Maybe some RSO. Dolly actually said she has I want to say she called an air distiller or something like that. So kind of like what Endo has with his famous Fico video that he's done. Is it's a recirculator type thing where it reclaims some of the alcohol, so you're not just boiling it off and wasting it all.
Yeah.
So I've got a bunch of material that I think I'm going to try to make some RSO, and just make sure that my system is staying flooded, because clearly it needs and loves the cannabinoids that I am not giving it enough of when I'm smoking. So maybe if I can do in that kind of sense where I'm still dosing myself but not smoking, um, then I don't have that possibility of, oh shit, I didn't smoke any weed today.
Yeah.
And then it spirals. A lot of, we've talked about it before, and I don't want to get too into the weeds, but I definitely deal with a lot of depression, and I start spiraling pretty quick. And my way of coping it is to not bring my problems to my friends. So I tend to just kind of disappear. You just all of a sudden won't hear from me for a couple days. And unfortunately, that was something that I did this week. And I always hate doing it, but it's kind of one of those things that just kind of happens. And if I can avoid that, I'd like to. So we're gonna try some things.
Try a couple things, some edibles.
Yeah.
I just put the brownies right up my butt.
I mean, that just seems like the easiest, right? I mean, that was
Screw
the plan.
RSO.
RSO up the butt.
Oh, I just crumble a cookie up.
Just crumble a cookie. Now,
just thumb it in there.
Now, do we soften it up with any milk, or I mean, we're just crumbs up the crumb.
Crumbs up the crumb. I mean, yeah, you push it all in, and then you go use the bidet. You fill the bidet with milk.
Jesus Christ.
Milky cookies. Santa Claus comes in the house. He's like, what the fuck are they expecting me to do here? He's like, I'll do it. I won't like it. As he's pulling his pants down.
Santa Claus is like, damn, these Northeastern boys are getting fucking weird up here with this weed.
That'd be a funny Christmas reel, like leaving RSO out for Santa.
Oh, dad stole the RSO again. He's shoving it up his butt.
Rudolph, come here. They got syringes.
That's fucking hilarious.
I still haven't bought it, but the Dispo by me sells Fico.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you ever heard of the company. They're called Veteran's Choice.
No.
But I don't know a whole lot about them, but I think I got one of their carts for my wife once. But they have a Fico syringe you can buy. It's like $60.
It's not bad. Yeah, I don't know I've been so disconnected from the dispensary. So I tend to, and I don't look it up because one of the things that when I was getting into growing, that was kind of like, well, I want the independence, right? I want to be away from buying or spending my money somewhere else. But the dispensary does have a lot of good stuff, and they've got a lot of stuff that's targeted towards that and makes it easy to get. Um,
Yeah, without well, especially for like a normal consumer who isn't going to pick up the entire
right,
hobby
right,
and
for sure.
put the hundreds of hours in. But yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't really go to the dispensary to check out. The only time I go is if I have a friend that's like, "Hey, I'm going. Do you want to come with me?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll go pick up some." And then
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so this, I guess, this would be a good little jump point. Y'all are heading out in a little while. Found some good deals on some stuff, huh?
yeah. So my friend and I like to go out to Massachusetts every couple of months. Uh, so the company, the company or the dispensary that we go to, they actually just open one 15 minutes from here.
Oh, really?
But we like having the little hangout, little Saturday morning
Little road
drive.
trip. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, a little
absolutely.
mini Saturday morning road trip, just hanging out.
And it is a nice drive. I do have to say that. I mean, we won't give
Yeah,
too
like through the
much.
mountains and everything. It's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah. So I don't
Yeah,
blame you.
I'm picking up a couple things. So that's another thing is going to the dispensary with all the grow knowledge is
Mhm.
like different than just going as a consumer, right? Because I'm not looking for THC percentages or specific companies. Like I'm looking for specific strains. Like especially like if I go to the dispensary and I see a, a strain where I know the breeder,
Yeah.
I'm like, how did this get here? I'm gonna try it, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah. No, absolutely. Like, oh,
Uh,
I could buy those seeds. Like,
yeah.
oh, you know what? I want to try this. That is really cool about that.
I also tend to look for companies that list themselves as growing organic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
It,
like,
I imagine, and that's kind of something that's out of the norm for industries in that growing for dispensaries, because there is those liabilities when you're growing with organics. You have to worry about certain things, right? Like the tests and what's going to
yeah,
show up and be good. So that is really cool that there is folks out there that are actually focusing on that, and there's folks like you out there that are looking for it. So
say, hey, yeah. So I just look for like recognizable strains. I look for organic stuff. I love trying like weird stuff. So even if it is like something that doesn't really pass the smell test, but it's weird, like I'll
sure.
try it. Like if they have like um like a pill or a weird drink or something. Like, all right, I'll try a cream soda with.
No, no. What about any suppositories? Have you ran across any of those? I mean, there
I don't.
is that are we talking too weird now?
Oh, I don't think so. I do like the 1906 pills a lot,
Yeah,
especially if I'm going to a place where I don't want to smell or I don't want to be super blazed. Right,
sure.
I can just pop a couple of those, take the edge off because I think they have like 5 milligrams in each pill.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, but yeah, so for today's trip, I found GG4 in a cart.
Okay.
And then I found Granddaddy Perp in a cart.
Okay.
And then I also found Permanent Marker as flower, which I'm very excited for
Nice.
because everybody
Yeah.
talks about that shit, and I've never even seen it.
You have to let me know what you think, because that's something I feel like I've had maybe crosses with it. I don't know that I've ever had straight permanent marker. Um, but that's something that I definitely need in my life. Like that idea of that terp, that chemically smelling, like a Sharpie, brings me back to my childhood, sniffing markers. Who wouldn't love that?
The so what another thing too, being able to go to the dispensary and trying these classic strains where like it probably is a legitimate cut or from legitimate seeds. Do you think buying street weed all these years? Yeah,
Oh yeah.
like Oh yeah, someone picks up like a quarter pound and the weed's purple, and they just go, "All right, what's the most popular purple strain?" I'm just going to tell
Yeah.
people it's that. So like, who knows if you actually had the actual strain that the dealer told you had, right?
Yeah. No, it's very
So be like,
true.
oh, okay, yeah, the what sour D doesn't taste like rotten apples. Like, okay,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's very true. Yeah. Um, and I think that too, that's like with growing, your own, you are able to kind of absolutely verify as long as you're getting the seeds from a reputable source. Um, but yeah, I mean that kind of also, being able to go to the dispensary to try those things before you even buy the seeds and see if you like it,
yeah.
as long as it is again, as long as it is something true that's coming from that. Um, yeah, it's really fucking awesome. We actually know where it's coming from, what it is.
Yeah. So it should be a fun little morning trip,
Yeah.
and then we're going trunk or treating.
Okay. Yeah, we're getting up to that that time of year. This is your favorite time of the year.
I know. I'm already. I try to watch one horror movie a day in October, and I think I'm already past 31.
Are you?
Yeah.
No kidding. I've been slacking. I'll be honest with you. I have not. We really hit it hard last year. We watched a lot of different things,
Yeah.
but I've just yeah. For me, I have not really watched much. But I'm excited to hear about some of the movies that you've been watching. But before we get into that, the trunk or treat, man, that's something. Halloween's changed, and I'm sure. I don't know if you've noticed it, but for me, growing up, it was all of our friends would get together and we would run amok, right? We would tear up the town. But also, I don't know if it's something that's kind of across the country, but mischief night, right?
Yeah.
The night before was always you would go out and you would just do the eggs, the TP,
Light
the
vandalism.
yeah, yeah. Nowadays, it seems like if that like I don't see that happening anywhere. Um, and it seems like, oh, that's kids are gonna get in trouble if they do stuff like that. So and the other thing is too, with my daughter, we don't go to the houses. It's something that we go into town to do the Halloween, the trick or treating. So it's very different. It
Yeah.
seems.
We go to like the next neighborhood over, because like as you know, you've been to my house.
Mhm.
I'm like two houses down from like a major intersection,
Yeah.
so nobody comes through our house. There aren't a lot of houses around us, so we go to another neighborhood where it's like very enclosed, a lot of cul-de-sacs and stuff. So you can hit a shitload of houses at once. And then my aunt and uncle down the street, they usually hang out in their driveway all night. So usually before we head home, we stop there, hang out with my cousins and my aunt and uncle for a little bit.
Okay.
So we still do have kind of like the classic Halloween experience, but we also try to hit up all the events because free candy is free candy.
That's true.
Get
Yeah.
man boobs like this not taking free candy.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. And I do hope that we can at least find something like that for my daughter someday to really, hit the houses and kind of get that experience. Or as she gets a little older, it's tough, at least too, with where we live. You've been out here. We're in the middle of the woods. Unless you're looking to like walk a mile and hit like 5 houses, 10
Yep.
houses. It is not ideal in our neighborhood, but we at least we could like drive to a community somewhere and do that. Um, but I guess maybe it was just kind of where I lived and how I grew up. It was like, yeah, we lived more so kind of like how you did, where the houses are a little bit closer. So we were able to just walk out, and like my friend lived down 4 houses that way, and then my other friend lived like a street down that way, and we would all just kind of meet up.
Okay.
But let's go tear this shit up.
So do it.
Now, one of the other funny things, and I'm trying to think of how old I was, but I really don't recall. What is the age that you get when it's like uncool to do trick or treating?
Oh, like I'd say like you should probably stop after like when you're officially a teenager. Like
Yeah.
tween is still fine. So I guess like
Okay.
13.
Yeah.
Also depends on how long you get away from it. I mean, if you're like a short, skinny person, you can like
Right. If
pose
you
as
just
an
look like a
8-year-old
young kid.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. It is a good point.
You just gotta get
And
yourself like a really petite girlfriend and just like have her pretend to be a 10-year-old all night and go to all the houses.
and then once you get old enough, you like you carry on a little baby, like it's first Halloween. Like I've even seen, like I feel like I've seen that before where it's like, these parents are like walking like a 2-year-old, like pushing them in a stroller. You're like, look, he's all dressed up. It's his first Halloween, trick or treat. And like they hold out a bag with candy, like, or this kid doesn't have any teeth. Like, what do you? This candy ain't for the little kid. This is for the parents.
It's actually just a watermelon with a mask put over it, a mask and a blanket over it.
Yeah, that would be great. That's another. If you shouldn't be this young listening to the podcast, but yes, that's definitely good advice. If just hide a little baby or something. Whatever it is.
Hi, little baby. Walk on your knees.
Or like you get to the point where it's like, okay, it's not cool to do the trick or treating anymore. Um, so you just like still walk around dressed up, but like you rob little kids of their candy because like, oh, it's not cool to trick or treat, but like let's beat up some kids for their candy. Take it.
I was thinking of what I was doing, and the thing is, like, I started working at 15, so I was probably working at Burger King on Halloween, right?
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, we might as well just drive home the Halloween and the trick or treating and all that, and then we'll move on to the next topic. But do you have any favorite Halloween candies specifically? Um, Not just necessarily candy in general, but something that you would get around this time.
For like Halloween specific, I don't know. Like, first thing that came to mind, oddly, was Reese's Pieces.
The Halloween pumpkin ones.
Okay, so you meant
The
like actual
Halloween.
like
Oh, Halloween. Yeah, Reese's
yeah,
Pieces.
like branded.
Yeah.
Nothing from like the past comes to mind, but we did get a bunch of the Halloween candies for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Not to hand out like they had. I just bought one of each so we can try them all, and then my wife and my son, we had a movie night and we ate a bunch of candy.
Nice.
But we had the Milky Way that was green in the middle.
Oh, really?
And then Skittle Shriekers. Have you seen those?
No.
So it's Skittles, and then all the flavors are like haunted citrus or whatever, right?
Oh.
But some of them are randomly super sour.
Really?
And it could be the same flavor, right? So you could eat 3 red ones and they're not sour, and then the 4th red one's crazy sour. So you just don't know when it's coming. It's kind of cool.
Is that something that's brand new? I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, it's for this year.
Oh, wow.
And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, it was ghoulish green Twix.
Okay.
Where the caramel is green in the middle. And then we tried the pumpkin pie M&Ms.
Okay. How was that?
It was all right.
Did they actually have like a pumpkin taste, or was it just like a marketing scheme to get you to buy it?
No, yeah, it definitely had pumpkin spice in it.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of, so my mom loves ice cream, and she always loves going out for ice cream, and she found an ice cream place that's still open.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
so we went out there last night. So I'm lactose intolerant, and I just I get like a little bit of ice cream. So when I eat ice cream at home, I love like crunchy snacks, especially when I'm high.
Okay.
So usually, since I'm lactose intolerant and I love crunchy snacks, I'll take like 1 scoop of ice cream, and then I'll just put like nuts, pretzels, cereal, cut up a banana, just
yeah, the works.
Like I'll just do it like that. So it's a little bit of ice cream, lots of little crunchy snacks in it. But I got pumpkin cheesecake ice cream, and I was like, just give me like medium or whatever. This thing was like a foot tall.
No shit.
And I'm like, I can't eat all of this. I can't even stomach all of this. So I ate like half of it. I made it halfway, but
and then it just tore your stomach up after that. It was just like bad. You had regrets for sure.
Regrets? No, it wasn't too bad. So I haven't really been drinking this week. That's usually what gets me is if I do like a lot of cheese and then like 2 beers on top of a lot of cheese is enough to.
That's enough to fuck up anybody's stomach, dude. That shit's
right.
just
I can either have
your stomach.
I can have milk or I could have a couple beers, but I can't do both, or else I just have heartburn all night.
Yeah. Ugh.
What kind of Halloween candies do you like?
So I'm gonna go against the grain that most people say is trash, and I'm gonna tell them to go with fuck themselves. But candy corn is something that I absolutely love. Just like, you know, the get around Christmas and it's candy canes. Like I enjoy like those traditional candies that have been around for a long time. Candy corn is one of those. I could sit there and eat them and eat them. I don't discriminate either. You know, the candy corns, of course are wonderful. But the pumpkins, the autumn mixture,
the autumn mix.
Yeah. I love them all. They rot my teeth perfectly the same.
Yeah.
And they're just so tasty. So that is the one that I always go with. The other thing too is with Reese's. Again, you know, anytime around a holiday, I always personally feel that the holiday related Reese's are better than your standard Reese's cups. It just seems like
usually it's more peanut butter.
Yes, they get the ratio so much better.
Yep.
So the pumpkins, whatever it is, you know, the
Easter eggs,
they are always on point. So I would say if I was to think right off the top of my head, those are definitely the ones that I really go for. The wife
candy corn's my wife's favorite.
Dude, they're so good. I don't understand.
I bought her 2 pounds for her birthday.
There you go. Yeah, and there's nothing better than getting to the end of the season and with whatever holiday it may be that has, you know, specialty candy. You keep your eye out and you end up getting like a bag for $1, you know, and 99 cents for a big old, you know, like pound bag of candy corn. You can't go wrong.
You really schooling me on clearance bins right now?
Yeah, I know, right? I preach to the choir, brother.
Everyone you could talk to about this.
Can't go wrong with getting cheap candy. You know, rotting your teeth and killing yourself for a bargain.
For a bargain.
What a fucking deal.
For fake chocolate. Now, I will say, candy I try to avoid around the holidays. I cannot stand Palmer chocolate. Any kind that they have.
I don't even know what that is.
You probably see it more around Easter, but they have Christmas ones, Halloween, but it's just like a cheap company.
Okay.
And it has the little bunny for the logo. But it's great. It's obviously like mostly oil.
Oh, really? Just has like leaves like a weird coating in your mouth or some like just tastes funky or.
Well, all right. So I don't know the exact mechanics about it, like call it culinarily, but from what I understand, like real chocolate is cocoa powder and cocoa butter mixed together.
Okay.
But a lot of candy bars and like commercially bought chocolate is like cocoa powder with vegetable oil or some sort of oil.
Okay.
And obviously you can do it right with like Reese's and stuff, but some companies that are like really cheap about it, it's just gross.
Huh. Very interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely you know, my wife is one of those shoppers that if she can get the off brand of it, and I think this kind of applies with that, like the candy that you're saying is, you know, like off brand. The one that really pisses me off, she tries to get the off brand Nutella. Like, don't fuck with my Nutella.
There's some things where it isn't worth it.
Yeah,
like dish soap.
Yeah, dish soap. It does it
Dish
taste
soap.
different, or it doesn't have
Yeah,
as good a
it
taste.
gives you less diarrhea. Nah,
Yeah.
but I noticed like I have to buy name brand dish soap, or else I have to use like twice as much.
Really?
Same thing with like laundry detergent.
Oh.
Any soaps I can't buy cheap of, but
Yeah, see, I
everything else
wasn't
I
even
usually buy name brand.
see, I wasn't going down um down that route. I was more talking food. Like we're talking like, oh man, I can't have off-brand underwear because it just rides up my ass just a certain way. Like, no, 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 I'm talking like food, man. Food because it
Food.
tastes differently. And Nutella is one of those. When she comes home, look, I'm still gonna love her and I'm still gonna be very grateful for it. But
Grateful.
you come home with hazelnut spread from Aldi or from Walmart, and it's not the Nutella brand, I'm gonna be slightly upset. My fat ass is still gonna wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and eat it, but I'm gonna do it with not a smile on my face and just slightly aggravated about it. But like that, or how about another one that I think is definitely there, the macaroni and cheese. If you get other than Kraft, some of them are good, some of them really suck. So stick to the ones that there's some you just can't deviate from. You have to get the name brand stuff.
Do you know the Sklar brothers?
Yeah.
Uh,
Actually, I've met them. I watched a
really?
like yeah. So I won't say exactly how, but it was a family a family member that worked with them, and I actually sat down with both of them and watched a um what was it? It was like either a big football game or something. I was young, dude. Like it was like 11, but I was like, who the fuck are these guys? And my dad ended up telling me who they were, and didn't really sit like I didn't know who they were until later on. But I was like, holy shit! I actually sat down with both of them. Yeah,
That's crazy. So
yeah.
they had in one of their old specials, they have a joke just about how they hated that their parents bought generic brand stuff. So they're
Oh,
like,
really?
we didn't have Doritos when we were little. We had tortilla rounds.
Tortilla rounds. Yeah, yeah. That's great. There's just some things you just don't skimp on. I'm
Yeah.
I'm all for trying to get cheap in certain ways, but goddamn, don't bring me home off-brand Nutella. I'm gonna be pissed.
That's the name of the episode, Off Brand Nutella.
Don't fucking do it. Fucking agitate me. Now, as an adult for Halloween, this is something that I've struggled with, and I'm, maybe now that I'm a pipe smoker, I can, and I have a beard. I feel like every year I should just play Gandalf, right? So like,
Yeah.
okay, I just don't. I don't dress up. My wife and my daughter are always like, come on, daddy, dress with us. And this year, they ended up getting matching Halloween stuff. They got like this, uh, like tiara type thing, or like this I don't know what it is. It's like a little dress that has like a skeleton rainbow something or other on it, and they both got
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
And I was like, well, I can't match you guys. You guys want me to get that? Am I going to be wearing a rainbow skeleton dress with tights and stuff? Like, daddy's going to look awfully funny. I mean, it is 2025, and I don't think anybody would judge me, but you know I don't know if that's gonna be something I can, match you guys with. So I
My
feel
son's
like
being a girl superhero for Halloween.
there you go. Nice. I can dig it. But that's what I'm saying is I think, and it's a good thing, right? Like Gandalf, what? So he wears a hat and a robe, right? And then
And
I
a
just need to get a
giant
really,
pipe.
really, really giant pipe. And boom, I could throw that on every year and be like, babe, look, see, I'm in the spirit.
I'm
I'm
Gandalf again.
okay. Again. And each year, the beard gets a little whiter, and it just gets more and more authentic. So maybe I should look into that. Is what I'm trying to say.
Probably easy. No, that would be funny is if you got get the church warden, get a shower cap and a bathrobe, and you could be like, like unemployed Gandalf or something.
Yeah. Times have gotten tough. The hobbits have moved on.
Yeah,
I fell into a drinking
bathhouse Gandalf.
Yeah. I've made some poor life choices.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I love it. Or
yeah.
You walk around like, I'm going into town with everybody and I'm dressed like that. And they're like, who the fuck are you? And then I have to like go into like a 10-minute story of like telling them who I am and just like each time just changing it up a little bit, just completely weird story. It'd be fucking great.
So as an adult for Halloween, I do this crazy thing where I get really high and watch a bunch of horror movies. But the other 11 months of the year, I also get really high and watch horror movies.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound much different. You just have an excuse for this month, huh?
I do try. So like I watch a lot of horror TV.
Okay.
So during October, I do try to switch over to movies. I do watch movies throughout the year, but not as often as horror TV.
Now talk to us about it. What's the most recent one that you've been getting into? Anything that's sticking out above them all?
Horror movies?
Yeah.
So right now I'm trying to watch Halloween all 5 ways.
All, like upside down, sideways,
backwards. Yeah. No, so there's 13 Halloween movies.
Okay.
But they span across 5 different timelines.
I didn't realize that there was there's that many.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So there's 5 different ways to watch them, right? So in general, you have Halloween 1 through 6. Then you have Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection. So that's 8. You have the 2 Rob Zombie ones. So that's 10. And then you have the 3 David Gordon Green ones. So that's 13.
Wow.
But each movie takes different previous movies into account. Okay. So the 5 ways to watch Halloween. So the first way to watch it is to watch Halloween 3 because that has nothing to do with Michael Myers isn't in it. Has nothing to do with any of the other movies.
Okay.
Have you seen that one?
This is where I'm gonna stand on it. Is I'm sure I've seen it. But to recall back to it to give you an honest answer, saying, "Oh yeah, I've seen it," and I know I've definitely watched them. I don't know which ones I've watched, but yeah.
So Halloween 3 doesn't have Michael Myers in it, but it's a company that's making Halloween masks. Okay. And then they play this commercial on TV that gets all the kids to want to buy the masks, but it's like the masks are all gonna like detonate at midnight or whatever, right?
Oh shit.
So it's someone trying to kill like all the kids in this town at the same time.
Oh wow.
But Michael Myers wasn't in it because they originally wanted Halloween to be an anthology series. Okay. And then after they put out the first non-Michael Myers movie, everyone was like, fuck this. And then they're like, all right, we'll go back to Michael Myers. So first way is to watch Halloween 3 by itself. Okay. Second way is to just watch both Rob Zombie movies. So Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie ones, because those are in their own continuity. Okay. All right. So then the next way is to watch like the OG, right? So you watch 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then that gets you through like the whole cult part where you find out that like Michael Myers is the way he is because like a cult put this curse in it, like all these druids put this curse into him, right? No shit. And then you have the second, I don't know what you would call it, but you watch Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection. So you skip 4, 5, 6, and then just watch H2O and Resurrection because H2O and Resurrection don't take 4, 5, and 6 into account. They only take 1 and 2 into account. No shit. So they branch off there. And then, so that's 4 ways to watch it. Then the 5th way to watch it is the David Gordon Green movies, which are the ones that came out over the past few years. Okay. Those only take Halloween 1 into account. So you watch the original Halloween 1, and then you watch Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. And then you have that.
Interesting.
So far I've watched the whole David Gordon Green timeline. I've watched the Rob Zombie timeline. I watched Halloween 3. And then now I'm going to work my way through Original and H2O Resurrection.
Okay. That's dope,
It's
dude.
pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're saying like they follow each other, so they'll kind of they jump back. Do they show like scenes from then, or just kind of like the lore and the other ones are kind of like the storylines from the other ones? They
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, like some of the storylines don't carry over into the other movies. So like for example, Halloween 2 is where you find out that Laurie Strode and Michael Myers are brother and sister.
Yeah.
So David Gordon Green, his 3 movies, they're not brother and sister.
Oh, really?
So Halloween 2 doesn't play into his trilogy. Only Halloween 1 does.
Now, is that it's very interesting because there was, what, if I remember correct, you said is there 3 different directors that ended up doing like the originals, then there was Rob Zombie and then the other one? So is that, or the writers?
There might be some other ones, but yeah, the original movie is John Carpenter, and then you have 3 David Gordon Green movies, 2 Rob Zombie movies. I don't know if John Carpenter did all the OGs or if he did some of them, but those are the main 3.
It's very interesting that certain ones decided to have that in play, or they kind of changed it in one way. I wonder why they did that.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is you never know if a franchise is going to come back or not, or if they're going to make more movies of it, or say someone has like a definitive ending. So like for example, in Halloween Ends, they throw Michael Myers into a car shredder.
Oh, okay.
So there's like nothing left of his body. So like that branch of the timeline is done. So if someone wants to make another Halloween movie, they have to either pick up one of the other branches or start a new branch themselves.
Oh, no kidding.
But yeah, that's what happens when you pump out movies for 30 years. Everything gets all weird. I mean, there are some horror franchises that follow one story, right? Like Scream. Okay. But
yeah.
Some of the other bigger ones like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, like those are kind of gotten convoluted over the years, and you have to you can find them online. People make flow charts of like what order to watch everything
really?
in. Yeah,
it's very interesting. That is never something that I personally like gotten into or looked into, but I've enjoyed learning through you, and it is pretty cool. It's really neat how ultimately making movies is just like kind of like another art, right? It's an art form, and it's really cool to see the folks that are passionate about it and make these series, or like they play off of other ones, and it's pretty cool.
So I will say I'd never seen it before, but I did watch the original The Thing.
Oh, really?
Not so by that I mean like the Kurt Russell one. So that movie is based on like an old horror movie called Thing from Another World or Thing from Another Planet, right?
Okay.
But the Thing, I watched the original one with Kurt Russell, and
when is it?
Yeah, I mean,
what time frame is that? Like how long ago was that?
I don't remember the actual year. Is it 80s? 82.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that movie was a banger. I didn't think so. Like obviously in modern times, it's sometimes hard to go back and watch older movies.
Sure.
Just because even though they may have been like crazy realistic and scary at the time, like they just look like, costumes now.
Yeah.
But I thought this movie was cool. What I really liked about it was not even the monster, because the monster's cool, but because the monster can infect anyone and like get into their body, you never know who has been infected by the monster. So like the movie has this like really good atmosphere of just nonstop paranoia the whole time,
shit.
which like feels really cool while you're watching it.
Wow.
Because you're like, who is it? Him? Is it him? Is it him? Is it? So it almost feels like a murder mystery, but with a monster instead of like a serial killer.
Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I now that we're kind of getting on the final countdown of this month. I guess I should probably get on it and start watching some spooky movies.
Do you have Hulu?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so Hulu does Huluween every
Okay.
year, and me and my sister-in-law were looking at it last night, and they have like, if you don't watch a lot of horror movies, they have like a dozen like must see one, like
Really?
especially movies from like the past handful of years that have been like really really good. They have a whole bunch of them this year, so you can
Oh
just
shit.
knock out like a bunch of not even classic. I would maybe call them like modern classics
Okay.
because they'll probably be considered classics like 10 years from now or 20 years from
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. The like I said, we were talking before we started recording. Um, one of the ones that seems pretty off the wall, and I heard that it's pretty messed up. Is the new one with Ed Gein, Monster? I think he it was what it was called. Is that I think that
Yeah,
was on
the
Hulu, right?
that's a Netflix show, I believe.
Yeah. So I only got through the first like 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then my daughter walked downstairs. And it is definitely not a family friendly movie.
No.
This isn't really like a spoiler because it happened so early on, but yeah, a 8-year-old walking down to seeing a man with with a belt around his neck, holding him, on a stool, and it's obviously what asphyxiation, and he's wearing lingerie and masturbating while hanging from a door. Not really 8-year-old movie
Call that
scenes.
the Funky Spider-Man.
The fuck he's yeah.
That's from BoJack Horseman. There's an episode where he decides he's going to try to get into autoerotic
Oh,
asphyxiation.
really?
He goes like, I'm going for it. I'm going to do the Funky Spider-Man.
Yeah, that shit's fucking wild. That is wild. So yeah, I think probably that's what I may do after this is go down and watch that, unless you have any recommendations that you're like, all right, you have to watch.
You have to
But
watch
I
this.
rather get like the sicko shit out of the way when I know she's not around,
Yeah.
and and then save some of the other stuff that like, okay, yeah, it's kind of gory or kind of scary. But Ed Gein, I imagine that this show is going to be pretty fucked up because he was a fucked up dude.
Yeah. Well, you think he influenced a lot of slasher horror that
Yeah.
we love, because like Leatherface is based on him, Hannibal Lecter is based on him.
Oh
I
shit.
believe
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe Psycho was based on him.
Okay. Yeah.
So like he basically was like the real life inspiration for the slasher genre,
Could you
or at least
imagine
that
the
style of slasher genre.
yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. There, the could you imagine that being your legacy though? Is like, I mean, obviously you're like a fucked up guy and this is it is what it is, but like you have created a whole genre like that because of
Yeah.
the shit that you've done in life. Like you were that fucked up and sick in the head.
Yeah, that he like influenced pop culture like dramatically. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a couple of movies that you may not have seen that have been on my mind lately. Um, have you seen It Follows?
I don't think so.
So that movie's really cool. It's a it's a monster that can disguise itself as any human, but all it can do is slowly walk towards you. And the only way to get
Mm.
it to stop following you is to have sex with someone, and then it starts
Oh,
following them.
I saw I think I watched this last year. This was part of one of those ones, and it was like a play on like what is it like X STDs type thing.
STDs or
Yeah, yeah.
like sexual abuse.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So yes, I did that was one of the ones that
That's a good one.
uh watched last year. Yeah. And then one of the other ones that is always a standout and I would love to watch every year is it was it Summer's Dream or Summer, what is that one where it's the girl and she's in the cold, they go to Finland or whatever it is.
Oh,
Um
Midsommar.
Midsommar. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the if y'all haven't watched that, that is definitely a good one. And that kind of that's under the umbrella of is it the A25 or what is the
Yeah, it's A24 is the distribution company for a lot of those, like, so the the term online for it is elevated horror, but like horror fans are torn on whether they like that phrase or not.
what does
But
that mean?
it's like horror movies that have like a deeper meaning to them. So like you think like Friday the 13th is just like he walks in the room, stabs people, walks in the room, stabs people, walks in the room, stabs people. But then you have Midsommar, right, where it's playing around with ideas of like what is and isn't family, or what is and isn't fate, and cultural practices, and
Sure.
it's still scary, but it has all these different thematic elements running through it.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what they call it. It's more like emotionally deeper and makes you think a little bit more, kind of horror movie.
The Thinking Man's horror movie.
The Thinking Man's horror movie.
The one where you light a pipe up and you sit and think and watch it.
Thinking about this monster. Or like another good example is the Babadook, where the mother or the son has behavioral problems, and the mother just lost her husband, so like the monster kind of like represents grief in a sense.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of movies like that.
Yeah, they're very interesting. There's I've watched a few from that you recommended, and they were all really, really great.
What about, did you see next season of Yellow Jackets gonna be the last season?
Yeah. So I kind of fell off watching. I had your account, and it was one of those things where I haven't watched in a while. Maybe that'd be another good thing for me to sit down and start watching as well. I think I got up to the second season, and either I finished it or I'm like halfway through. But I don't recall. Those are fucking those are a gnarly series for sure.
Yeah, season 3 was nuts.
Yeah.
And then so they said they originally had planned it out to be 5 seasons.
Okay.
But they said they're going to end it after 4 now because they didn't want to drag it out. So I mean, it's kind of sucks that we get one less season of the show. But if they gave us both seasons and they were just padded, then like it would suck anyway. So, and it feels like they're getting towards the end of the story. Maybe if they did like, I feel like one season is going to be too short to wrap up everything, but I feel like 2 seasons is definitely too long. So maybe if they did like a slightly longer season, like a season and a half or something, because I don't think they said how many episodes there's going to be. But they're getting towards the end of the story.
Yeah, man. It's been a while since we've done one of those. Talked about TV show. We may have to, if people enjoyed that, hearing us talk about specifically that type of stuff. Definitely let us know. I'd be down to do some homework and watch some stuff and kind of give my thoughts on it. But of course, listen to Nerd kind of break everything down, because I know you you definitely nerd out about it and see all those little different shows and different spin-offs that kind of explain some things. So I think that'd be cool.
I like the lore and the story.
Yeah.
Underneath everything. Since you have Hulu, they also have the Bob's Burgers Halloween playlist where it's every Halloween episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were watching
Bob's
a bunch
Burgers
last night.
Funny.
Yeah, it's such a good show.
It's been a show that I've definitely watched. It's not one that I could really say that I could like sit and quote, or like, oh, that happened in this season or this episode. But yeah, Bob's Burgers is fucking hilarious.
I've been watching it week to week since it came out.
Really? Now, is that technically, if we were to break it, do they consider, is that like a kids show, or is that considered like, is it like an adult animated show?
I think it's considered adult animation, but it's also not super dirty, right?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call it a kids show. It's definitely made for adults. It's just not super filthy.
Actually, yeah.
It's kind of like family friendly. Like it's what like when you compare it to like it's way less dirty than like Family Guy or
absolutely.
Simpsons or Futurama and stuff.
For sure. for sure.
Bob.
Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, there's a lot of good shows and stuff to watch around this time of season. Well, dude, I know it's been kind of bare on my side. I've been shut down for quite some time with my indoor grow. Um, but I do at least have my little bonsai thing going. So this has been
Yeah,
nice.
those been looking cool.
It's been a lot of fun, man. I'll tell you. Definitely making seeds has been something that I really enjoy. And this is the first time that I'm really going all out in this kind of thing. Um, so this has been a fun experiment. That my original thing is 91 grapefruits and the Nancy Ray gun, and I was going to keep one male of each. Um, but I had a lot of males that showed up. So, and I couldn't really pick as to exactly just one that I wanted to keep. And I keep glancing over here because I'm thinking that it's going to give me some inspiration as exactly what to say. So that's why I keep looking this way. But um, I ended up picking two of each males. So I've got I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how many plants are in there, but they're starting. The males are starting to do their thing. They're starting to open up, go in there and accidentally hit the plants, and pollen starting to fly. The females are just starting to get to the point where they're starting to show, um, you know, not quite the Guy Fieri stage. They're definitely pre Guy Fieri stage. Um,
Not quite the Flavor Town yet.
not quite. Yeah, we're not at Flavortown just yet, but we're getting close. We're on the road. And yeah, so they're starting to do their thing. And I think there's going to be a lot of seeds in here. Unfortunately, well, I don't know if I should say unfortunately, this is kind of what happens. But this is the first time I was testing the Nancy Ray guns since making the seeds. And I've had a couple other people um that are growing them as well. And me and Istig are also growing, some of the cross, or he's growing a couple of the crosses. Um, Ended up finding that there was like a funky trait that came out of one of the Nancy Ray guns. Particularly, we're both growing one that was the number one pheno, that was my winning one, and yeah, it was weird. Like it ended up doing like this like self-topping type thing, and then like through after it was doing like, starting to bring out like three leaves, and it threw like a single leaf. So definitely picked up a weird mutation, making the F2s in that one. So
Yeah.
is what it is. But otherwise, yeah, they're doing pretty good. I did my first training. I know you got the next video that you're working on there, so that'll be
Yeah, I'm
coming
excited
out.
to edit that.
So yeah, it's this is a new style for not new style, but usually I'm used to standing down in my room and standing up and kind of being in that mode. I feel like this one's definitely a little bit more relaxed. I'm just kind of like start the videos out where I'm sitting in my chair, like I'm doing all my gardening from a little chair on a desktop.
I
So
mean,
it's
that's
been
pretty cool.
interesting. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I think
Micro gardening.
Mike, yeah, I think that this is something that I'm going to continue to do, whether it be like training them like this or just maybe um, at least just keeping a small tent and just having fun doing it in there. Because I ended up finding out I've only got a 150-watt light in there, but it's a very small space, so it's more than adequate. But shout out to Istig for letting me know that there was an adjustable app for the light, because it was just 150 watts, and just give me an idea, it's a from the bottom to the top of the tent. I think it's like 2 feet ish. So I had 150 watts that was basically a foot away from the canopy of the plants, and they were just getting blasted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. So like I was having to like put all the pots on the outside of the tent kind of away from the light. And he's like, "Dude, they're adjustable." And I was like, "No, I didn't.
Nope.
Didn't know." And he's like, "Yeah, you just got to download an app." I was like, "Well, what's the app?" He goes, "Well, I gave you that instruction manual." I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Well, that's where you fucked up.
Yeah. That was like a year ago, brother, and I don't know where that is. So yeah, a little bit of digging around. We ended up finding out that I could it's like a not through that company, but it's like a home something or other that you can kind of adjust different lights and different things, and it just hooks up to it on Wi-Fi. And I've knocked it down a little bit. So yeah, these are going. We're gonna get the downstairs tents going at some point. The 4x4 is gonna be the first one to get fired up, and we'll get back to growing indoors. So
it's getting to be that time. It's getting cold out. It's time to move the garden inside.
Move it in. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, this is in what is it? 3, 4 years that I've been growing. Um, and I've been growing nonstop. Since I
Yeah.
started growing, I have not had a downtime other than like, the short time where I shut my room down to do a cleaning job or whatever it may be. I have not stopped growing since then. And it was a nice little break. I didn't like it at first, and I'm kind of getting to the point where
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
it throws your whole routine off.
yeah, I
Right?
mean, it's something where when you're used to for 3 years straight going and checking your garden and having multiple plants going at the same time, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. It was like, oh, there's a hole in my heart. Like what am I doing? And but it was nice. And I will tell you, it gave me this freedom where I didn't have to worry about outdoor, indoor issues, bringing something in. I was able to focus on my outdoor garden and not spread myself too thin.
Yeah.
Because having those big
I definitely
gardens,
felt over. My gardens aren't even nearly as big as yours, and I felt overwhelmed this summer doing both.
yeah, it can be tough. It can be tough. So I think that this is probably going to be a regular for me. I'll probably shut down there in the summer, and it's also nice because you don't have to struggle with the heat. You don't have to struggle with running extra stuff, and um, electricity is getting more and more expensive. And it seems like there's no end in sight when it's gonna stop going up. Like we always seem to be getting hit with new fees, or it's like, why the fuck is the electricity bill more expensive this month than it was, a couple months ago? And so yeah. So it is what it is. But enough of my garden, dude. How about you?
Got a lot of stuff going on. But so you came over last week,
Mm-hmm.
and I had just harvested strawberry widow. It came out really good.
Yeah, you were stinking. That was what was stinking up the place, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was drying when you were over, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I had also just harvested, as a lot of you know, I did a full tent bonsai run of 8 different speed run strains.
Yeah, yeah.
And I harvested those, and 2 of them are crazy loud.
Yeah.
And
Very,
then
very
like the
stinky.
rest of them are just kind of like what I normally grow, like normal quality. But 2 of them are crazy.
Which were the two that really stuck out to you? Do you
I
remember the
think
names?
one was Final Boss, and then I think the other one is Apple Runts X Sapphire.
Okay.
They have a lot of like X Sapphire strains, so I wonder if that's like something they use for
One of his
breeding.
breeding studs or something. Now is that it's usually always the second in the cross, or is it the first name in the cross?
Second.
Second. So it would be the male. So it's probably a big run that he did and had a bunch of probably something special that he found in the male, and just put it to every bunch of females. So must have been a
Yeah,
very very cool male.
it's been pretty good.
Right on.
So I've reset my entire 2x4 since harvesting all the bonsais.
Okay.
So I'm trying something different this time.
Yeah.
Where so I have the auto pots in the big tent. Small tent, I'm doing the fabric pots with the cement trays,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I usually do. So this time I'm doing 5 5-gallon pots
Okay.
with 2 seeds in each, and then I'm
Sure.
gonna put a scrog net over it.
Okay.
But they're all the same strain. So I'm trying to I'm trying to get just like a full, like essentially just trying to get my scrog skills up.
Yeah.
Because I've never successfully done it.
So five gallons in a 2x4, and you're just gonna scrog. It's just gonna be
4 or 5 gallons
4 or 5
with
gallons,
2 seeds each. So it'd be 8 plants, but they're essentially getting 2.5 gallons each.
Yeah. No, I think that'll be good. I mean, I think you got plenty of room there. They're obviously, I think you've figured out the. I'm gonna call this cement tray and um, fabric pots nerd tech, because I think that's
nerd tech.
Nerd tech. It's something that you've definitely been doing for a while, and you figured out that it's the bottom watering. Utilizing that type of technique seems to work really well, and
it's basically just an earth box where it's easier to see.
Yeah,
where how much water you have in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how I first realized how crazy plants will drink, because I put like 3 gallon. I like filled up one of the cement trays once, and it was like gone. Like a couple hours later, it was gone. I was like, okay,
yeah, figured out. Oh shit, I may not be watering them enough.
Yeah,
give them a little. Let's waterboard them. They'll take it.
So in that tent, I don't remember how I acquired these seeds, but it was the only other than regs. So like this was the only pack of femmes that I had that had 8 or more seeds in it.
Okay.
But it is double grape and grape crinkle, which are both Mephisto, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Crossed, and then that's crossed with rockbud blue slush.
Oh, all right. Okay. That'll be cool.
I don't remember where I got them from, but
yeah, I know the rockbud. The rockbud blue slushy is, of course, what Alabrije used in his blue Zeroso. So that I've always heard good things about that one. I've never personally grown out any of Rockbud's gears.
I grew both at the same time, blue slushy and blue Zeroso.
Oh, really?
Yeah, blue Zeroso ended up. This was like my third run or something. So the blue Zeroso ended up dying. Blue slush I stunted, but it was still very delicious. The little bit of it I got. Yeah. It was basically like bonsai sized in a 5 gallon.
Yeah, that will happen. That will happen. But yeah, that's at least that's a nice thing. You still got some good terpy stuff that you enjoyed. So yeah, it's cool.
In my big tent, I have Chi-Town on like early 20s.
Okay.
And it's like very short and bushy right now, which I like. So it should just like explode out very shortly. And then I have Mindless Queen.
Nice.
I planted that 2 days ago, so I'm waiting for it to pop still.
Okay.
And then my last auto pot is empty, so I gotta reset that. It's the one that had the strawberry widow in it, so I have to reset that and get a new seed in it. And then my good plant right now is the Car Haze.
Yeah.
And Flam, dude. This is the craziest plant I've ever grown. At least at this point in its life.
It's looking really good, man. It's looking really good. It looks like you got everything on point. His genetics are good, and it liked your environment.
Because usually it's like around day 25 or like day 20 to 25. Like I usually have it like this big. Like it's not big, and then it stretches and it's fine. Mm-hmm. But this thing was like 4.5 feet tall on day 23 or something. So either it like hit stretch early, or which I think may have happened, which isn't a bad thing at all because it's huge.
Yeah. No, you're gonna have a big plant with that one.
It's definitely. I've never had a plant grow this big this quickly, which is really crazy. So nice. I'm very excited for that.
Flam's genetics and auto pots. It feels just fitting.
Yeah.
Does all this stuff in there. So yeah.
I still need a better now that the so I'm also at the point now where my perpetual is fully going again, so the humidity's evened out, and starting to do good, but I do need a stand for my res because I need to start filling up the res more, and it's on a
Oh,
plastic
right,
end
right.
table
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the legs are just going to snap if I put too much water in it.
Damn it. I keep saying
So I usually fill it until it's like 2 or 3 inches above the hose, and then
okay.
I let it get down to the hose, and then
Yeah, so you're only letting it be, you're only filling it up with like a few gallons or so.
like 3 at a time usually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if I go to check the plants and I notice that the aqua valves are off, then I just go put 3 more gallons in.
Fair
But
enough.
that's not going to work with 4 plants at once with all 4 valves on. I'm going to have to,
Yeah, you're gonna be going through that every day, every couple days.
yeah.
Hmm.
So it's like, all right, let's see what happens.
Well,
Still
cool,
getting
man.
used to the autopots.
You liking them though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
super easy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a cool device. Definitely worth having in the garden. I've thought about switching over. Um, and I do have some auto pots, but yeah, it's awesome to see that they're working well for you.
That's one thing. Having the res, I think, is better than like a city picker, right?
Sure,
So I
because you
think
can look
I
at it. You're able
yeah,
to
you
look
can
at it
look at
instead
it,
of just like
but I can
wonky.
also it's 1 straw for 4 plants as opposed to 4 straws for 4 plants, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
fair
then
enough.
the other thing, so where I think like now that I've done both, where I think earth boxes and city pickers are better than auto pots is that you get more soil.
Sure.
So I
Yeah,
think the feeding side is a bit easier, but auto pots versus city pickers, the watering side definitely goes to auto pots.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, technically, you could even say that if you got, because you have I think you have the XLs, right?
Yeah,
You could go with the XXL, and then the size of the earth boxes are now doesn't
the
matter because
same. Yeah.
you're getting 10 to 13 gallons in the XXL. And those are some big boys in there.
I had debated it when I was getting it, but then I'm like the height of the pot versus
Yeah,
the height of the light. I'm like, will I hit a ceiling or will I have to start scrogging every time?
sure.
Because
Yeah, no,
even the XL pots are pretty tall
yeah,
compared to the height of my tent.
I think growing out of those, the XL ones, they're if I remember correctly, they're 6.6 gallons.
Yeah.
They're perfect. They're a nice size, and especially if you're dumping them out, re-amending that soil, whatever it is you're doing, it's a good size. And again,
She
with
said it was
the
a good size.
yeah, um, and it's nice because they are a little bit taller. And I have heard the argument of, oh well, if you're growing auto flowers, having them in taller pots compared to wider pots could be more beneficial. So, I think that style pot could be pretty good. And I have found, I think this is definitely something we should look into doing more talks about in other in other episodes. But I remember growing really early on, everybody was like, you have to go with fabric pots. Fabric pots are the way to go because you can't fuck them up as much. They dry out a little bit quicker. But I've personally turned into a person that I like having the fabric pot, or not the fabric, the plastic pots, because I can get lazy on watering.
Yeah.
So I do like those style pots that they're using in those auto pots.
So yeah, if you have a bottom watering system, so I mean that's like an Earthbox city picker is just a plastic pot,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
To an extent. So yeah, I mean the reason why I still use the fabric pots with the cement tray tech is because if you put a plastic pot in there, it wouldn't soak up the water as
Yeah.
much.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
Because
you're
I
right.
had that issue with all the bonsais. I like put that they're all in half-gallon plastic pots,
Okay.
and I couldn't fill the trays. I had the top water the whole time, which
Yeah.
was fine. But
Yeah. Modified pots then, right? So hear me out with this. You have the 1 gallons, but then you drill like quarter inch hole, half inch hole on the side, and then put some kind
yeah,
of mesh right? So like so obviously you'd have the holes at the bottom that will allow roots to come out and it soak up. But then say like an inch to 2 inches up, where you say you're like, okay, I know that I'm going to fill that tray up to this. So those are going to allow the roots to grow out. And it's kind of like, then it creates that air gap, right? Once that water comes down a little bit, then it's like, okay, that air that can kind of dry out through those side holes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That'd be a pretty quick fix.
Yeah.
I got all these small pots from garden clearance at Walmart. You got them for like 50 cents each or something.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And this is the time. Well, that's where we may be a little bit past it, but all the little clearance aisles and stuff with the summer gardening stuff, I'm sure is whatever's left now. Should be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been grabbing stuff every week still. I got some more of those oyster mushroom kits.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah.
So I got to get my Martha tent set back up. It's still in the garage from drying the tobacco. I got to get it back in the basement so I can get some mushrooms started.
Heck yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
I just give them all to. So my wife doesn't like eating mushrooms.
Really?
And I like it. I like them if they're cooked, right? I'll have them in like pasta every once in a while is fine, or like on a steak sandwich, pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't like when they just cut the raw ones up like in a salad or something.
Okay.
Or like on pizza, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I usually just grill them, give them to my mom, and then my mom makes like spice blends. So
okay.
I dry them, and then she grinds them in the powder, and then she adds like garlic and stuff.
Oh shit.
And then she just gives me a shaker of it back.
There you go. Hey, I love it. It's a good idea.
Pretty good. So that way you can get a little bit of like mushroom flavoring without actually having the mushrooms in the dish.
Yeah. Yeah. And plus then you don't have to like, okay, I just grew a pound, 2 pounds of oyster mushrooms, and now I've got to eat them before they go bad. And it's like, all right, we're having mushrooms with every meal, and that's it. At least if you dry them out and you can kind of stretch it.
Mom's spice blend.
Yeah. Dig it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Speaking of, we're doing pumpkins tonight, so I'm gonna try to roast pumpkin seeds.
Nice.
My mom actually had the idea. She's like, because I always screw up roasting pumpkin seeds in the oven because I either do too much oil so they get too like wet, or I don't do enough oil and they get burned and weird. And my mom was like, "What if you just put all the pumpkin seeds in the herbs now?"
Oh wow, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it's gonna roast them. It's gonna dry them out.
Yeah,
dry them out. But I think that's that temperature. Actually, I
yeah, it's true because it's not really heat. I also have it's not herbs now, but I have a second one,
like a dehydrator type thing, or yeah.
Yes, it's specifically for mushrooms, so that's why I put the oysters in.
Yeah,
it has different settings on it.
I don't know if they would be as tasty or
that's true.
Kind of like that crunchy break apart consistency that you would hope for in a eating seed.
I love eating seeds. I had a friend at my old job that was like, "You eat like a bird," because I would come to work and I would just have like a little bit of peanuts, a little bit of sunflower seeds, a little bit of pumpkin seeds.
That's great.
So you basically just eat bird seed all day.
Yeah, they're good for you. They're good for you.
I just love crunchy snacks.
Yeah,
just love it.
We should record just the two of us more often.
Yeah.
Who knew that we enjoyed talking to each other? We just ramble for a little bit.
We should probably start a podcast.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be really cool. We could call it Grateful Nerd and
Grateful Nerd Show.
Talk about things we enjoy in life. So yeah, this was fun, man. Well, I always enjoy our times getting together. Happy Halloween. This is I guess what we're gonna consider our Halloween episode.
Yeah, so we'll have some more spooky stuff coming up this week for y'all. So
yeah,
it'd be fun.
We did have there's at least the little teaser. So I mean, people know I do enjoy watching Paranoid do his thing.
Paranoid as Billy the Pup is so good.
So yeah, those are going to be funny. There was just to give a little without saying too much, there was kind of one scene where I was like, I kind of took the liberty of bringing a prop in. And I was like, I jokingly did it, and I sent it to our group chat, and I was like, okay, I recorded a bunch of stuff, but I only sent the group chat this one clip, and it was with a prop. I was like, but we don't have to use it. I was like, like this is kind of just like a joke between us, and you're like, but it's so funny,
With
and so yeah, so that'll be fun if that one makes it into the into the thing, if we can figure out how to work it.
Yeah, so we probably have to blur it out, but honestly, I think that would make it funnier.
Yeah, so
We do like a over the top like Jerry Springer censor bar.
yeah. So yeah, that was a fun one. So yeah, I'm really excited for that whole skit and everything to come out. So yeah. Yeah, we got some of that stuff coming out, and but yeah, otherwise, I wish everybody a happy Halloween, and hope you enjoy the season, and we've got, all the holidays that are starting to come up. So it's getting cold out there, and the gardening season's coming to an end. But we've got other things to look forward to. So
Yep, yep.
yeah, well, had fun, dude. We'll catch you
Thank you,
later.
thank you. All
Thanks,
right,
man.
peace, dude.
Okay. See ya.